Wait, you know what? It's like, what's up?
What's up?
Kyle.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Just trying to bring that back.
Yeah.
All right. Woo! Episode 5 of Survivor, 6 of the podcast.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So episode 5 was called The Buddy System on Steroids, which we will discuss that in detail later. Starts out day 12. We had the DeCall tribe talking. Nick says it's a good day to be alive.
Back up. Didn't we get new tribes?
No, can you shush? Why are you trying to jump ahead? We are not there
I thought
yet.
it happened right off the bat.
So did I.
Oh my God. Somebody else want this job? Because I believe I take notes of the entire episode.
Okay,
And we're not
go.
there.
Okay.
Go.
Jillian.
Shut up.
Oh.
So, starts off, Nick's happy to be alive in the game still. Nick realizes he has a fire token from Tyson. Mm-hmm. And he gets a new appreciation for him, so to speak, and thinks, maybe if things are a little different and he goes back in the game, maybe we can work together.
But I feel like for Tyson giving him that fire token, it was malicious. I feel like it was no.
it was a little bit
It
of
was
a
a
dig.
backhanded, like,
Yeah,
You know,
slap in the
so-
face.
here's a fire token from your idol.
Right.
So then it goes to Yule, Wendell, and Sarah talking. And they're talking about how the game of Survivor, you can actually form good relationships and good bonds. And Yule goes on to talk
Yes.
about his close friend, Jonathan Penner, who he played Cook Islands with.
Yep.
And he got to be very good friends with him. And unfortunately, Jonathan's wife has ALS. And she is going through a very, very difficult battle with that right now. She's on a ventilator. They actually showed her
Yes.
commercial break of that. It's very sad. She can't breathe on her own. And he just says that he is basically playing this game, trying to win money, but he's also doing it to raise awareness for this disease.
Which it is off topic side note, it is a horrible disease. In the guy, do you guys remember the ice bucket challenge?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
That guy died about 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually really good friends with everybody at Barstool.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
And they raised a ton of money. You can still go out, shameless plug, go buy the t-shirt for Barstool. All the money goes to the ALS research.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's just kind of cool to see them in more of an intimate friendship moment talking about this. And
It makes it more real, you know?
yeah,
I mean,
no,
not
for sure. Like you're in a game, but it's still real life. Like you still have real life moments and real life interactions with people. Now we cut to what they think is going to be a challenge that y'all tried rushing me.
Just excited.
And
Everybody's Russian.
vodka. And Jeff says, drop your buffs. And the nice little twist here was instead of doing just 2 new tribes, they went to 3 tribes. So it really kind of messed
It's a
things
great
up.
surprise because I just thought they're just gonna like mix and match,
Right.
which would have been fine with me because there's some people I'd like to see Sandra and Rob together, like
Yeah.
if almost something like that would happen.
Yeah. So this was pretty cool. They went to 3 tribes of 5 people.
And for me, I feel like 5 is so small.
It is.
Which is why I think they did it, because they want to see more of the interaction of how it's going to play out. But that's
Yeah.
so small.
Kind of had to though because there's 15 people left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless they were going to try to go one more
One
and have
more week.
one more
Right.
person,
Right.
they had to do it this way.
But they just can't have Sandra sitting out more challenges.
Right, exactly. So we still have a red DeCall tribe, and that now consists of Tony, Jeremy, Sandra, Kim, and Denise. So they had 3 original DeCall members and 2 Cele members. Okay. Then there's still the blue Cele tribe. That consists of Parv, Nick, Yule, Michelle, and Wendell. That is 3 DeCall again, and 2 Sele. So both of those tribes have DeCall in the majority.
Yep.
And we did find out that Michelle and Wendell did date at one time.
Called it.
I loved it.
I called
was
it.
right. I
You
didn't
did.
know. I wasn't guessing. I just knew who who was the.
He's like a different person now. Like he's
He's an asshole to Michelle.
Yeah.
but he's kind of like schoolboy, flirtatious, like douchebag.
But so is she. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
babe.
Babe.
What is
Shut
that?
up. Yeah.
Babe.
Anyway, so
Babe.
now we have the new
Babe.
green tribe. Shut up.
Hey, babe.
We have the new green
Sorry,
tribe,
babe.
which is now
Babe. Go.
called the Yara tribe. Okay. This is Rob, Ben, Adam, Sarah, and Sophie. So this is the only tribe that has the Sele majority. So that was kind of the only twist
But
there.
you wouldn't know that based on the
Exactly.
3 that are there.
We'll get
Well, no,
there.
but I'm just saying,
We'll
based on
get
we know
there.
those 3 names, it hasn't been
Exactly.
pretty.
You know who got screwed out of this whole like mingle of new tribes? Wendell. He built a kick-ass like shelter.
And he got sent
and
to
he
the
got
tribe
sent
with a
to the
shitty shelter.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I felt bad for the Green tribe because they had to rebuild.
Everything. Yeah.
Is Wendell
So-
on that tribe?
No, he went to
He
was DeCall.
Yeah.
So he went to the Selhey tribe and their tribe or their shelter.
Oh
sucks.
my gosh.
Okay, so it's still day 12, and we go to DeCall, and they have a good shelter. So Jeremy is kind of looking for information. He's talking to Kim, and Kim is basically saying she doesn't trust Sandra or Tony, even though they come from her original tribe. She was on the outs with them, if you guys remember. She was part of the original. They were going after her and Tyson and Amber and that
Yep.
poker alliance and all that crap. And so Kim's also talking to Denise and trying to sort of bond with her. And I think they would work well. They're both kind of quiet women. They're not
Yep.
really loud. So I think they would work well together. And then you cut to Tony and Sandra talking. And they're talking about how, Kim was on the bottom when we were in the other tribe, but we got to keep her. She'll be a shield for us. Like, I don't understand all this shield talk. Like, that's what Tony's all about. Who can I keep in the game? Who can I keep in the game so they go after them and don't go after me?
Shield
And-
talk is confusing, but I understand where they're coming from now. Where Tony
Well,
is.
it's smaller numbers now, so it makes it harder to hide behind people. You got 5
they want to
people.
keep threats around, so they're not the target.
Yeah.
Hence the shield.
So, so then Tony then approaches Kim, and he's talking about staying, DeCall strong and all that same crap that pisses you off about sticking with the original tribe
Yeah, it's
and all
bullshit.
that.
100%.
And then it just cuts to Kim catches an eel, so they get to eat another decent meal, more
Yep.
so than just rice. So this is where it cuts to Sele, and they got that terrible ass shelter. Wendell's like, "What the hell? Now I got to work again. I got to build a whole new shelter because this is crap."
Right.
He's like, "We got like a freaking mansion made of bamboo on the other island." Parv was trying to get to know Yule. Again, they both played on Cook Islands together, but I think they didn't get a chance to know each other too
They
well.
didn't. They were never
Working together.
working together or
Right.
connected in that way. Yeah.
So in this awkward moment, my skin crawled.
Oh, I
Nick
know.
decides to come clean and tell Parvati what came up in the last
But why would you even
tribal
have to?
about how she was
my
his
gosh.
crush. And she even said it was awkward, and my skin just crawled really bad. It was gross.
Hey, Parv. We did talk about you.
It's so awkward. Look at his face.
I know, I can't.
So
Anyways, okay, we're over
you
that.
were
I
my
can't.
crush in high
Stop.
school.
So Wendell again is trying to build shit. I mean, he builds furniture for a living.
Yeah.
I believe so. That's why he was doing that,
He's gonna be on Love It or Listed with a $2 million budget now.
because he sells.
Furniture. His wife's a rock climber. Some bullshit.
Parv was trying to
Screw
get
you,
to
Love It or
know
Listed.
Wendell. And well, she was really, I think she was honestly trying to genuinely get to know him because it's someone she's never played with or known before. And he wasn't really giving her much to work with. He wouldn't really answer her questions. And then Wendell just kept being rude to Michelle. Like, yeah, she was
awkward,
she was
though,
being
but-
kind of annoying because she'd be like, babe. So I get that she almost
She was
got like,
poking the bear, though.
she got
Right.
like too familiar too quick. Like,
Yeah, but she was still like, she was trying to get a reaction time a couple times, and he was just kind of like, yeah,
But
I'm
he
not gonna
even
do that.
said, "You already talked to me right off the bat." Like he made it an
right,
issue.
but it's a game. It's like if it was are you gonna like avoid them? There's 5 of you on the fucking
Right.
island. How
The
are you
weird
gonna
part was
avoid
she
them?
said it ended terrible. We dated.
But it was like a short
But then he
relationship.
didn't.
What was dating? Because she made the comment at one point of, you haven't been around, you're not saying much, kind of like our relationship. And it's like, how long was your relationship?
I
Did you guys
guarantee
actually
not
hang out together in
long.
person? Did you just
Hook
Text
up a
each
few
other.
times.
Yeah.
send a few dick pics, Wendell? Well, congrats. I don't know. Like,
Right. It was weird because I feel like Wendell thought it was a lot less than what Michelle thought it was.
Yeah.
It was just weird. Anyway,
Yeah.
weird.
So now we cut to the Yara tribe.
This poor tribe.
And Sarah's telling Rob basically how Amber got voted out. And I guess it's so many episodes ago now that I like couldn't quite remember, and she was blaming Tyson for the whole thing, which I don't remember.
But it wasn't. It was Sandra. But
I thought
think
it was
I don't
Sandra.
think she wanted to rat out though. Truly,
Or
what was
Sarah
going
could have
on.
thought it was Tyson. You never know, like who's all telling everybody
Right.
everything. So it was Sandra that voted her out, but Sarah has put the blame on Tyson now, which pisses me off. 'Cause that's my player, but whatever. So then the dirty laundry starts getting aired between Rob, Ben, and Adam. Like you said, they're from the Sele tribe. They should be aligned together because that's kind of how everyone plays the game. You stick with your original tribe and try to get to the merge. And they just start airing dirty laundry. Ben's basically like, Rob, you blindsided me. Or Rob saying, Ben, you blindsided me. Adam, you blindsided me. You blindsided each other. Like, they're just talking all the garbage.
they were not hiding the fact when they could have tried to play that card of, that they're from their tribe. They were
Right.
sticking together.
Yeah.
But now the girls are
So-
thinking
Nope,
this is
they just
great.
throw it out there.
Well, exactly. And so then the girls, like, Ben talks to Sarah and Adam talks to Sophie, and then Sarah's talking to Rob, and they're all kind of going off and just trying to get a feel for what's actually going on and going for that. Excuse me. Then everybody starts looking for idols. It's like a mad freaking dash around that island because they're like, it's a new island. There has to be one here.
Right.
And they didn't hide it. They just basically said, hey, we're going to look for idols. Mm-hmm. They all did.
Right.
Which it was smart though
So-
on their part.
Yeah.
Sophie ended up finding it, and it was one of the same. I feel like this is going to be a recurring theme this season. You have to give half to
Yeah,
somebody
trust
before
someone.
sundown.
I don't like it.
I mean, they. Still,
I don't understand why you have to do it.
because
I could-
because it makes you have to tell somebody else. It makes
Yes.
you have to trust in somebody and see
Okay.
are they going to betray you
Right.
or what. So Sophie obviously tells Sarah because they're the only two there from the old DeCall tribe. And like Sarah, I think was genuinely like pumped for Sophie.
She was. I don't like the style. We've already seen it once. I just want to see someone find an idol and
Keep
play
it a
it
secret and
correctly
play
for
it
once
correctly.
because it
Yeah.
hasn't happened
Which
yet.
Sarah, not that she has an idol, but she has that one steal a vote or whatever.
Yes.
But I feel like she played that well the last time she
Yeah,
played.
she was able to get
and
somebody
out.
she's smart and I'm not using. We're gonna wait until the right moment. Which
Yeah.
I think that's great.
I mean, I think last season we had more people go home with idols than idols played.
Oh my god! I know. You're a little
Don't-
Asian, you're a little
don't
Asian girl
bring
that
it
went
up.
home With 2 in her pocket.
He did.
So then it cut to day 14. So they must have given them all a day to kind of be together with
Regroup,
this tribe and regroup and do all that because it skips day 13.
I didn't even notice that, but you're
Altogether.
like that. You would notice that. I know, but I didn't even pay attention.
So
to that.
day 14 is the challenge. They had to race through a bunch of obstacles, throw sandbags to knock down these blocks, and then those blocks all had different colors on them, and they had to stack them so each side would have all 4 colors. There was never a color
repeating,
repeating.
yep.
So Yara, who's the new tribe with the 3, they get through the obstacles all first.
Immunity to 2 tribes, right?
Right. Immunity to 2 tribes. Tribe to come in last goes to tribal.
Right.
So Yara gets through all the obstacles really fast, and then Sele follows through. And that left the DeCall tribe lacking. And from my memory, that DeCall tribe is one that has Sandra in it. Yeah. Sandra weighed them
She
back
finally
a
got
little
to
bit
play
'cause
in
she
the
had
one.
to do the challenge. Then Yara knocked all their blocks down first. They're stacking the blocks first.
Yep.
Okay. Sally second. They're getting them done. So then the puzzle part is getting the blocks stacked with all the different colors, all alternating on all the sides. So for Yara, they had Sophie and Adam. For Sele, they had Parv and Wendell. And for DeCall, they had Tony and Sandra. Sally finishes first, which isn't shocking. They were in second the whole time,
Yes.
and whatever. And then fucking DeCall somehow comes out of left field and finishes this fucking thing in the Yard Tribe, which was in first the entire time, like in the athletic part of the challenge. And it comes to thinking about it, and it's like, no, they can't solve any puzzles.
Every episode I was trying to figure out how Rob won a season.
I know.
Unless they didn't have puzzles.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't doing the puzzle, so it's like not totally his fault, but it's just frustrating.
Guilt by association.
So Yara has to go to tribal. So like I already feel bad. They have a shitty ass shelter. They have the most awkward afternoon at camp.
It is
So
No one would leave the fire. They all sat there.
yeah, so they go back.
But this was after Rob.
But the Godfather.
Yeah,
They all-
so
yeah.
they get back.
Kiss the ring.
Rob, Ben, and Adam are like, we're voting one of the girls. They all go get water together. We're voting one of the girls. Blah blah blah. And Rob implements the buddy system.
Right. In order for us to trust each other, we have to do.
You
the
are
following.
not allowed to leave the group.
Who does
You
Rob starting to
cannot-
remind you of?
I don't know.
Carl, season 37. That dude would lay in a hammock and tell
Kiss
people
the
what to
ring.
do.
Oh.
You remember that? He got like halfway through the season. He was like, you need to go do this. He was like kicked back in a hammock and
He got one out
I was
real
going to
quick.
say something
They
very
got sick of that
inappropriate
shit.
just now.
Go ahead.
Hitler.
Well, that too.
That's immediately what came to
We
mind.
went there. No, so the stupid buddy system, they were not allowed to leave camp with anybody. And so they're around camp, and it's just... Sarah gets really irritated how Rob is playing the game. Sophie's like so hoping for a blindside of some kind because it just made it awkward. Ben's sitting there, like they're talking about food and cookies and like
But-
random shit.
When this is all going on, you finally cut to a little short clip of Ben.
Well,
and he's,
they were getting ready to leave for tribal.
Right.
They're getting stuff around, and
Yes.
he mouths,
It's
it's Rob. And so you're assuming he's saying that to the girls, not
Right.
to Adam or Rob. But he's mouthing, it's Rob, it's Rob. And so you're like, okay, there's hope that something's going to happen here. So then we get to tribal. And Jeff talks to everybody how he normally does, just kind of seeing how everything is going. And Sophie talks about how this game allows you to make many small relationships within the game because you get close to different people at different times,
Right.
which is very, very true. Like here, I don't really think her and Sarah were close at all when they were on the call together. I think they were. But it's like now they're all they have here,
Right.
and they've gotten to know each other. So he finds an idol, she confides in Sarah because nobody else. But I think you get to make these new relationships, and it helps the game. It helps
right.
you learn.
And that's
new
what I think she
things.
was trying to point out to Jeff when
Yeah.
she was talking to him.
The next thing I've written down is Adam with a dash, and I put anything because the guy irritates me. I can't listen to him anymore, so I'm not even going to talk about
Yeah, I
him.
know it's my guy.
What Parv?
Yeah, Parv.
So shut up.
You're my
so,
crush in high school.
So Ben talks about not poking the bear is how he worded it. And I fully believe that was aimed at Rob.
Absolutely was.
Whether Rob took offense to it or not, I'm not really sure.
Who
But
said that? I missed
Ben.
Ben did. Okay.
And so basically he was saying without saying, I was just doing what I needed to appease him, to shut him up.
Right.
I think. Sophie. Oh, what she kept saying is don't, because Jeff kept talking. He talks about this a lot about using the word. Is there a crack in that alliance?
Yes.
Is there a crack in
yes.
Why did she take that oddly?
Well, she didn't. What she said is, don't take it as a negative way. It's an opportunity. It's never negative because no alliance is set in stone. It never is in the
No.
entire game of Survivor. So each time there can be a crack. It's not a negative thing. It's a way to form a new opportunity. Maybe if
to make good
if you guys
moves.
are in an alliance and I come in and I start talking, maybe you're going to do better with me than you would with him. You
Right.
don't know. So each change in the game is a new opportunity that you may not be aware of if you only stick to the one mindset. Mia's joining us. She might be on camera here. in
Hi,
a minute.
girl.
So Sophie and Sarah then at this point come right out and say, we want to work with you guys.
There's a nose.
Oh,
It is. Say hi to everybody.
be careful, please, love.
No.
Can you just stay over there?
Go around.
Go see your dad.
Come here, girl.
Go see your dad.
Come here.
So Sophie and Sarah very honestly, we want to work with you guys. We are more than willing to work with you guys, and we want to. Then it goes to vote. And I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like really hoping something was going to happen, but you never know. Are the boys going to be stupid and just stick with Rob? Dun, dun, dun. They didn't. 6-person voted out. Rob.
I don't want him anymore, Laura. Can I have my money back?
So what was interesting here, I thought, is Rob had 2 fire tokens. And so he gave them both to Parvati.
Which
So
I knew that was
she's
going to
sitting
happen.
pretty. Does she already have 2? I thought somebody else left her 1.
I would have to go back.
I
I
throw
don't know
all
if
my
I
notes
have
away.
my
I don't
notes,
remember.
I think somebody else already gave
She
her
has
1.
4 right now. Then.
So I think
Yes.
she has 4.
No,
Ethan.
Adam.
No, Ethan.
Ethan.
Yes.
Yeah.
She had 1. Ethan
Ethan
gave her
voted out.
1.
So she's got 4.
She has 4 of them.
Yeah.
All right. We
Let's
can
call
her.
Sue Madre.
We will give Laura a call here.
Yeah.
I think I'm connected. Let's try.
Do you want to call her Mammy?
Mm-hmm.
Come here. She better be ready.
We ready.
What's going on?
Hey, we ready.
It's giving me the option, but it's not ringing.
Hey. Is it over there? You gotta click that. The green.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite color?
Hi.
Hello.
Laura, I don't want Rob anymore.
Oh,
Send my 20
all
bucks back.
Oh, okay. Possibly it's not over yet.
So first of all, Mom, what are your thoughts on the episode as a whole? They dropped buffs, got new tribes, 3 tribes instead of 2. What are your just thoughts with that?
Instantly, I panicked because my 2 players were on the tribe.
The same
They got-
tribe. Yep.
Yes. However, I'm hoping there's going to be a day when people realize who these power players are, Rob, Sandra, and instantly, which they did this time, they got him out, even though he's my player in our little game. This is what needs to happen
Right.
early on.
Yeah.
I mean, especially now, all these players are champions. They've all won. You all know the game.
Right.
You
Exactly.
have to eventually start getting these big guns out.
Yeah.
Which that should have been since day 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I agree.
I mean, they got half of that threat out because Rob and Amber.
Right. Right.
I think if roles were reversed and Rob was in a situation in the same tribe, they probably would have got rid of him over Amber.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. One thing that was very interesting to me is when it was time to start looking for an idol, and Rob makes the comment, like, clueless how to do this. He's never had to, because
All
he's
the
never had to
seasons-
worry.
Yep. Well,
Yep.
all the seasons he played, I don't think they ever really had idols.
When did they start doing it? Does anybody know?
It was definitely later in the seasons. But he was one of the early players.
Me, girl. Your
Right.
grand dog's out here.
Oh, hi from Mammy, everybody.
She's such a butthead.
However, I agree, Kyle and Allie. I don't remember when they actually came into play, but you know he's been watching this. I mean, he's a great player, so
Yeah.
you just have to look.
Which is
and
funny.
He never felt the need.
Because your other person, Ben, finds them like no one's business. He like just knows the kind of places to tuck and look and where they hide them. And
I feel like Ben's like
Yeah.
a little more open with his personality this season, a little more
Yeah.
aggressive.
Definitely, he's much more aggressive, and yeah, he's
Where last
Showing
time
us
he
a
played,
whole
he
diff-
was really passive, went with the flow, and then was like, "Oh shit, I've been a target on my back," and he went out and find all the idols. But he's definitely been more open with his dialogue this time.
yeah, for sure.
right.
So early on in the episode, they had a nice kind of little tribute to a player that's not playing this season, to that Jonathan Penner who played with Yule. And they talked about his wife. and how she has ALS. And so it's just nice for times like this where they kind of, do you have coronavirus?
Yep.
No, I just swallowed wrong. Sorry, everybody.
Oh,
Way to
it's
go,
okay.
Todd.
He's gonna be so mad when he watches it. No, but they had
My God.
they had that nice
I had a
tribute.
bone in my throat.
You sure did.
You guys ruined the sentimental moment I was going for.
All right, sorry. It was too easy, though.
Listen, this was a great moment. Continue, Allie.
Just how they talked about that Jonathan Penner, who Yule's very good friends with from the season they played on together, and how his wife has ALS, and just how terrible of a battle it is, and how quickly she's kind of deteriorated, and she's to the point now she's depending on a ventilator to breathe. It just kind of takes you back to real life. Yeah, these people are playing a game, but a lot of times these people are doing good with the money they win from the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then we went to 3 tribes, got new buffs, all that nonsense. So what did you think of the challenge? So the Yara tribe started out very strong, got through the obstacles, knocked their blocks off, couldn't solve the block puzzle,
Right.
and they ended up losing after being in a very, very dominant lead.
And that's where they're taking it apart, correct?
That's when they were putting those blocks together to have all 4 colors on all 4 sides,
Couldn't
where
repeat.
no colors would repeat.
Excuse me, I went back to last week. Yes, absolutely. Like the Rubik's Cube thing. Yes.
Yep. And it was just kind of a shit show. They couldn't figure it out.
Right. Pressure. I mean, it ultimately takes over in all of these challenges. And then they were in such a lead, and then the other tribe is coming back, and everyone you watch, I know everything's edited, but ultimately their eyes are watering, they're watching, they're panicking, and that, the
They tried to
pressure, I
copy
think,
the tribe that was done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes over a lot. That's
Yeah.
just down to the wire, and it is pressure. It's got to be, you know what's coming if you don't win this, you know?
Right.
So,
Now, I love the smut of the show. That's just one thing that I love. I mean, different shows. What do you think of? I'm curious, Michelle and Wendell. Was it awkward for you as it was for us? Because we already discussed that. But I'm just kind of curious of where you're at in that.
I squirmed a little bit just because I feel like she was still very flirtatious and, you know, making little comments. But he was really trying to keep it on the up and up. So, again, we know it's edited. I mean, who knows?
Right.
Other
Was he
things that were said in there
reciprocating it at some point, and they just cut it to be that way?
Right. They're making us see it that way. But yeah, I squirmed a little bit.
Yeah. So what did you think of the Yara tribe,
They're on
consisting of Rob, Ben, Adam, Sarah, and Sophie, when they got back after losing the challenge, and the buddy system was in place?
Wimbo.
At that point, I would have, the girls, Sarah, if I was Sarah, I would have looked at Sophie or vice versa and said, come on. I mean, they knew they were safe at that point. You know what I'm saying? I believe they did.
Would you have told one of the guys you had an idol to get him on your side? I mean, it worked out for them. They didn't need to, but would you have?
I don't know if I would have or not. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there, you could have, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that given moment, you know, but I thought that was ridiculous. Again, he was being in control and taking everything over, and it bit him in the butt.
The
Rob.
Godfather.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they got him.
Carl, season
You know?
37.
Right.
You remember Carl, Laura?
Carl.
He was the
He's the
African-
like balding black guy that would just lay in the hammock and bark orders.
Oh, and
Kiss the
yeah.
ring. Kiss the ring is what he kept saying.
Yep.
But yeah, and so then we go and Rob gets voted out. Well, before they go to tribal, Ben stands up and they're getting ready to go, and he mouths, we're assuming to the girls, it's Rob, it's Rob. So at that point, I had hope that Rob was going to be the one voted out.
Did you write down what the votes were? Was it just like first 3 votes, Rob?
no, there was one for
They
one
don't
of the
show
girls,
us that.
Sarah.
Do they at the end?
They
Like
haven't.
normally-
They haven't been showing who
but
the
one
votes
was
were all for.
one was one of the. I think it was.
I think it was Sarah. There was like, and they might have did Sarah, then they did Rob, then they did Rob, and
then
Rob.
Rob.
So we never saw the 5th vote,
Right.
and they don't show us at the end of the episode anymore. So
Yeah,
the,
they used to always show us.
the other interesting thing is here, Rob gave both of his fire tokens to Parvati, and we just looked back. Ethan gave her one too. She has 4 fire tokens. I think she has the
Right.
most in the game now. I think she even surpassed Natalie from Edge.
No,
I
they
was
have
just
it.
going to ask that
they-
question. What do we know that Natalie has?
I think she has
There's three.
3, but also we didn't go to the edge at all that episode.
No.
What
not
is
at all.
Now I know on the Edge they have a list, right, of what the
Mm-hmm.
fire tokens do, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, granted, the fire tokens are no good there, but they have not showed us on the islands. Do they have that list?
Because I think it's just when an opportunity arises and someone has sent something, they're able to buy it for 1 fire token. It tells them. But I also think we might get a point in the merge where there's a challenge where they can buy stuff. Remember before, Mom, they've given them money to buy stuff
Yeah.
in that thing. I
Yeah.
wonder if this year they're going to do it based on how many fire
I mean,
tokens
right
you
now, I mean,
have,
I don't know
determines
what
how
you
much money
need.
you get or something.
I don't know what you need for immunity idol. What if nobody knows that Parv now has 4?
Because I don't think there's not like a menu. I don't think like there
I
is.
thought
for
there
the
was
Edge.
though on Extinction.
On the edge, there is. But I don't
Yeah.
think in the real game there is. Because
Right, I
it's
haven't
based
seen one
on,
yet.
I think because it's based on you getting something sent to you from somebody on the edge, and then you need to pay one there. But I think there will come a time in a challenge where Jeff gives them the option for 2 fire tokens, you can do this. Or for
Yep.
1 fire token,
Or
you
get
can
a
do
letter
this.
from your family or
Or the
blah, blah,
letters.
blah, blah,
Yes.
Right.
blah.
I think once we merge, that's when they'll come more into play for the regular game, not just on the edge.
I would like to see him come into play right now. I think I'm
I
ready.
think it'll help
I'm
spice
ready.
things up. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. He spoke about all these fire tokens in the beginning, and now all we see is when people are putting them in the boxes.
Just
when they're
transactions
voted
and
up.
trading
That's
hands.
going to come into
Exactly.
play very, very soon,
Yeah.
I believe.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Definitely.
All right. Any final thoughts, Laura?
Yes, I hope you guys aren't calling me next week. That's my final thought.
I hope not.
You want to
said
join
that
us
literally-
next week? Because I'm currently 2 Tanquerays in, and your daughter's 1 vodka.
Oh, dear Lord.
She's drinking some vodka.
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 Well,
Vodka.
My
Honest-
final thought is I think it's an amazing season. I think it's interesting. They've switched it up. I love all these players. They're definitely all true champions. I'm going to be curious who's going to win the $2 million. I think possibly it's going to be Rob or Amber. My vote is I'm going to take all of your money.
2 people
at
on
the end of this.
Extinction?
Yep.
Well, I'm curious too.
a bold statement.
Talking about that, I'm curious too. How many
Ballsy.
people are they going to let in back in the game? Like,
Is
is
it gonna be
is it
one
only going to be
person? Right.
one?
Exactly.
Just like before, I'm curious.
Last time it was 2. They did 2 challenges.
Right, but the initial time it was one from
One.
those people. The rest, did they go home or they could go back to the edge if
Going
they
back to
wanted?
the Edge. Did
Yeah.
somebody not go back?
2 people raised the banner. It was
Oh,
Reem,
that's
the
right.
No, Reem stayed.
Tourette's girl,
She
Let the
did that.
chickens go.
She did that before.
and then the guy that couldn't swim.
Oh
together.
yeah, but did they do that before they even had the challenge? Did they just choose to do that, or was it after the challenge? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
I
it doesn't
don't
matter.
remember that either, but I remember 2 people did raise the flag.
Yeah.
Chickens,
Yeah.
let him go.
Knock it off.
I can't swim.
All right.
Right.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the phone call.
Hopefully, we don't have to call you next week.
I hope you do not call me anytime soon.
All right.
Alrighty, bye.
For Survivor.
Right.
Bye.
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 So before we end this, it cut 2 scenes for next week. And Adam says the Wicked Witch is dead, meaning Rob. And I thought that was really funny. And the other twist for next week is both tribes that lose the challenge both go to tribal. So 2 people are going to be
Oh,
going home
really?
next
Yes,
week.
I forgot about that.
I
yes.
missed that part.
Yep.
I didn't.
Two
I don't think I
tribes.
saw
The
that.
only the tribe that actually wins the challenge and comes in first wins. The other 2 tribes go to tribal, and 2 people are going to the edge.
Shit. Here's what I'm pumped for. We're not have to go anywhere this weekend, so we can actually do a podcast
At
like
a normal,
Thursday.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And since I'm off of school for such a long time,
Right,
we got all the time
exactly.
in the world.
So after next week, there will be 8 people on Extinction because Rob was the 6th person to go.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we're kind of getting to the point
Well,
that
they'll do a
possibly
challenge.
after next week, they're going to have to do a challenge and let somebody back in the game.
What if?
Because that's a lot of people.
Ooh, I like your what ifs. What?
What if they did something random where they brought them all back as one tribe out of Extinction?
I thought
This
that too.
season would go on forever if they brought everybody
That's fine.
back.
They delayed the next season because of the coronavirus. So I'm cool
I
with
know,
it.
but this is already filmed.
I know. Which, by the way, speaking of filming, I just want to get your thoughts. Probably should have asked your mom while we're on the
we
phone.
probably should have. Shit.
Does anybody want me to still try out for this? Or
Yes.
I think it'd be fun. Just at least let's make a video and submit it and
Make
see
it
what
in the
happens.
backyard.
I mean, if I got selected, I can't say no.
Right.
Exactly.
You have to go.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I'll do it. To say I,
want
did
you
it.
to
We'll make
do
a video.
It. Right.
This summer, weather will be nice. Let's make a
Right.
video while we're outside. And
You can make firewood. I know some people that have all the stuff you need to make fire.
Rhonda Fawns.
Why'd you
All
say
right, Auntie Roro. Wait, when's Auntie Roro going to be on? We don't have to call her because
I
someone's
know.
eliminated. She's got to just come join us.
I know.
Auntie Roro.
I think she's jealous. She wants to come.
We'll have you on soon.
We're doing. We should do it Thursday.
Right. She'll
What
come
else are
maybe
we
this
doing?
week. Right.
True.
True.
We'll call you.
Roro, Thursday. Your ass here.
Right here.
Bye.
Bye.